In the UK market, there are some very specific expectations. One is that people need value for money. We've come out of a very long recession, and one of the outputs of that is that people are still looking for value for money in products, and they'll actively shop around actually to find that. And the second expectation is actually service. There's a huge trend towards personalisation, whether it's with Starbucks where they'll write your name on the coffee cup, or with Flight Centre who've employed travel butlers and they give you a travel butler that you can deal with pre-departure. Personalisation has become really important, and companies have used it to gain competitive advantage, and the WA industry can use it in the same way too. If you were a B&B, for example, is that you could write a little personal note to the guest on arrival, so that when they come into their room, they'll see that you know who they are and that they're expecting you. It's critical if you want to be successful in the UK and work with the UK travel distribution system that you need to have very close relationships with the inbound tour operators in Australia. In the UK, the more prevalent ones are AOT and ATS Pacific Group, Pan Pacific, ITO, and Southern World. You need to be in a position where you're contracted with them. You need to be offering rates as much as 18 months in advance, because the UK tour operators and wholesalers are contracting that far in advance. And you need to be in a position where you can offer up to 30% on commissions on your product. It's critical that if you're looking to get your business direct, that your website and social media need to be up to scratch. People will use this as a tool to find out information about whether your product is the one that they want to go with or not. One idea is to actually get testimonials from people who've experienced your product in the market you're going for. So for example, have testimonials from people from the UK. And also ask your current customers to rate you on TripAdvisor, because that tool is used very heavily in the UK to give people the confidence to book your product. We're very lucky to have World Heritage listed sites in Western Australia. The Bungle Bungles at Purnululu National Park, the Ningaloo Reef, Shark Bay World Heritage listed area. These are very popular with Brits, and also being able to interact with marine life, specifically in the Ningaloo Reef, like swimming with whale sharks, manta rays, dolphins, dugongs, turtles. It's a fantastic way to give an extraordinary experience that they wish for. With the food and drink experiences, Brits really love to integrate this into their holiday, whether it's a simple barbie on the beach, which is something we cannot have at home, or whether it's visiting the wineries and the really lovely restaurants with spectacular views in the Margaret River region. Seafood is prevalent here in Western Australia. What we call prawns in the UK are about this big, and here prawns are about this big, and people are really surprised and love the seafood that they can experience here in Western Australia. Even though in Australia it's an English-speaking country, it can still be quite a complicated offering for people to know where to go and what to do. And Western Australia, being so vast, can be quite complicated. For those who maybe have visited Australia and visited Western Australia before, they may have friends and family here in Perth. They may book direct with the airline, and they're definitely not just staying with their friends and family. They are holidaying around the state, and those are the people who might be booking direct with you or through aggregators and online travel agents like Booking.com, like Expedia. So there is a mix of how people book, but surprisingly, the tour operators are still very important to this market. Talk to us in market so we can develop lines of communication. We want to know about your new product updates, your news stories, anything that you may think is relevant to the marketplace, and then we can communicate that out to our trade and consumers. Secondly, if you can support trade and media for Mills, that makes our job a whole lot easier. It is without a doubt the best way to show the destination from a trade point of view is through educationals on the ground. And we'd like to encourage you to attend specific and relevant event platforms in the UK and Australia. For the UK, we run a European product workshop in conjunction with Tourism Australia and other states and territories. And that's a platform for new product to come up to market, usually for the first time, and be put in front of all the UK and European product managers and buyers. So that's a fantastic opportunity for you to get into the market to start with. We also run a Western Australian European roadshow. That's every 2 years. That's more specific to products that perhaps have been in the market a little while, and that's where we will go around the UK, be able to present to frontline agents and you to educate them on your product. And in Australia we have ATE. We have quite a number of UK buyers who come down to ATE. And the other event in Australia is Corroboree, which tends to happen every 2 years, where we will bring up to 200 European agents down to Australia, who then disperse into different states and go on familiarisations around Western Australia.